World War II was not just a war. It was a collapse of order and a storm that consumed nations, testing the limits of human endurance and morality. Beneath the stories of victory and defeat existed something far deeper, a reality shaped by fear, survival, loss, and choices that defined the fate of millions across the globe. This was a time when the world stood on the edge of destruction, where every second carried uncertainty, and every decision meant life or death for. Tonight, we move beyond the surface and step into the reality of a conflict changed everything forever. In 1939, Europe stood under growing tension as borders felt fragile. Leaders were uncertain, and the threat of conflict seemed impossible to ignore any longer. Germany began its expansion with calculated precision, pushing across boundaries with force that shocked the world. Troops gathered, engines roared, and civilians watched with fear spreading across cities and towns. Then came the moment that shattered peace entirely. On September 1st, the invasion of Poland began with overwhelming power. Tanks rolled across fields, aircraft cut through the skies, and soldiers advanced without hesitation or mercy. Streets filled with panic as families fled their homes, carrying only what they could manage in desperation. Within days, cities fell into chaos, and the world realized that war had truly begun. The strategy that followed was swift and devastating. Blitzkrieg transformed warfare into a fast and overwhelming force unlike anything seen before. Tanks, aircraft, and infantry moved together with coordination that left defenses unable to react in time. Explosions echoed across cities as buildings collapsed into rubble, and smoke covered entire skylines. Soldiers pushed forward through debris while civilians hid underground, hoping to survive the destruction surrounding them. The speed of these attacks stunned the world, and entire regions fell within weeks. France, once considered strong and secure, collapsed with shocking speed. Refugees crowded roads, carrying their lives in small bundles while searching for safety. The Battle of Britain began as waves of aircraft filled the skies with danger and destruction. Sirens echoed through cities, sending civilians rushing into shelters beneath the ground. Above them, pilots fought intense battles in the sky. Despite overwhelming odds, resistance held strong, and the advance was finally stopped. In 1941, Operation Barbarossa began as the largest invasion in history, sending millions of soldiers into the Soviet Union. At first, the advance seemed unstoppable, but winter changed everything. Temperatures dropped brutally, freezing men and machines. Supplies failed, movement slowed, and survival became a daily struggle. Away from the front lines, another horror unfolded. The Holocaust revealed a system built on cruelty, targeting millions of innocent people. Families were separated, identities erased, and entire communities destroyed. This exposed the darkest side of human nature. On December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor was attacked without warning. Aircraft filled the sky, bombs struck the harbor, and ships were engulfed in flames. The United States entered the war, turning it into a truly global conflict. Fighting spread everywhere. In North Africa, soldiers faced extreme heat. In the Pacific, battles stretched across vast oceans. In Europe, cities became battlegrounds. Stalingrad became a symbol of resistance, while Midway shifted control of the seas. Then came June 6, 1944. D-Day began as thousands of soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy. Facing gunfire and explosions, many fell, but others pushed forward. The operation succeeded through sacrifice, opening the path to liberation. As forces advanced, they discovered the truth of the camps and freed survivors. The war moved toward its end as cities lay in ruins. Families searched for loved ones, and hope slowly returned. In the Pacific, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were struck, bringing devastating destruction. The aftermath revealed millions of lives lost. Nations began rebuilding and forming alliances to prevent future wars. Yet beyond the numbers are personal stories: a soldier waiting to return home, a family hoping to reunite, a child growing up in destruction. History teaches the dangers of unchecked power and the strength of human resilience. Even in darkness, humanity endured. Today, reminders of the war still stand across the world. World War II was more than a conflict. It was a test of humanity itself. And as long as these stories are remembered, those who lived through it will never truly be forgotten.